Hello, this is Cosmic Ninja, and I just want to say welcome. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Hey guys, we are back with another episode of Planet Coaster. I'm super excited. This episode is going to be more or less a little bit more unification. I mean, we already have the gist part in a sense, and we'll expand upon it, but most of our rides, when we click on them, have a very sad scenery rating. So we're going to improve that. We're going to put a lot more trees in here. Um, it's going to look like a thick forest with rides in the middle of everything. And then we're also going to add scene, trash cans, a little gazebo area so people can come and just sit. Um, so with that being said, folks, we're going to get started. Um, as I am planning my little gazebo area to sit people down at, um, I do want to mention that the project um, hospital um, series is going to take a small hiatus um, as I work to kind of recover the last save and redo the last episode I was working on editing. And so episode 3, part 1, and 3.2 are on hold for the foreseeable future. Um, Planet Hospital is a great game. I do enjoy playing it. Um, However, um, it's going to be a little while before it comes back around due to some technical problems. With that being said, Planet Coaster will probably be taking its place um, for the foreseeable future. Um, Next week will be our premiere of Pokemon Fire Red. Right now, Bulbasaur is our starter Pokemon. Most of you, in fact, are always voting. The only person voted has voted for Bulbasaur. No complaints there. I love Bulbasaur. He's a great Pokemon. Um, Super excited to have him on the team. Really, truly am. So we will be choosing him as a right at this moment. Um, it could change between now and the recording of that episode. So get out there, get onto the channel, and cast your vote. Um, I do plan to put lots of trees. Basically, everywhere I can put a tree, there's going to be a tree. Why, you may ask? Because they love the trees. It casts a shade on a lot of things, and it makes them happier in the lines. I have a save game of the Planet Coaster. That's just my own build. I'm just building it more or less for fun. And I can tell you right now, I have one that looks like I just put a park, built a roller coaster park, in the middle of a forest. Every time I build 2 or 3 rides, I come back through and I put tons of trees. Ironically, this tree. Why do you say this tree? Because I can look down from a top and actually still see where I'm putting this tree. Crossing over. Um, it's a nice little tree. I think it's a birch tree. Yeah, I'll be using other trees too. They just they like this tree because it's short and it gives off a lot of shade right off the bat. Um, Another thing we're also going to be working on outside of our Pokemon series is we're going to be looking at a new series I'm wanting to start called Greninja News. Basically, I want to kind of gather information about an upcoming game, whether it's Pokemon or Jurassic World, something that's interesting that I've had on the channel before, um, game wise, and have some like upcoming news about it. Another thing I'm wanting to do starting this year is more of those comparison videos, but not necessarily Pokemon. I'm thinking about taking it into other games. I'm also thinking about starting to do a tier list on movies, TV shows. Just something a little different than the Pokemon ones. I know y'all like the Pokemon ones, but I'm trying to diversify that series because it doesn't take much to make those episodes. So I could probably do several of them at once and then use them as my filler. You know, um, another series I'm also been considering bringing back is the Jurassic World series. I enjoy building those parks. Um, I stopped because the reporter does not like Jurassic World 2, and that's the park we were working on, so I stopped the entire series. I may have an alternate recording pack software that I can use. If I do and it works out great, I'm still kind of testing it. I'm going to use it going forward. Um, just kind of plopping trees wherever. I know it's a lot of birch, and I'm fine with it. I like the birch trees because it doesn't cover too much. It does take a lot more. Um, let's see. What's another idea? I would like to also. This one's a little harder because it takes planning, and I'm doing this channel in addition to going to school full time right now and working full time. So takes planning, and planning is usually not my strong suit when it comes to the channel. But I'm thinking about doing a Nuzlocke playthrough of a game. I know it's different. I haven't done one before. I just usually play the game from a tutorial playthrough, which is true, or from a new game perspective view. Like I only capture Pokemon that are new to the game, stuff like that. Um, I can elevate that to a Nuzlocke. Um, I'm not prone to putting Pokemon that do faint in battle away permanently. Because if that's the case, I'm gonna have to be doing a lot of breeding of some Pokemon. Because early on, they're not that great, and I do love them. So it will just depend on how extensive the rule set is. I'm still looking at the rule. There are several versions of a Nuzlocke out there. So I'm just trying to figure out the best one that fits my game style. Um, let's see. Also, um, once the Fire Red series starts, I'm going to have a new question up there. More or less, it's not going to be. It's going to be game related, but not game related. Um, I'm going to be asking y'all to kind of pick a new game series for the channel because I think y'all are getting kind of bored with my repeating series of some of these games. And I mean, I get that. I really get that. It is a lot. We all like to see stuff new. So why? Um, another series. I just actually thought of it. I'm considering. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do it. Is Resident Evil. Mostly because I do get frustrated with some of the parts of the game, and I generally use mods. um, and I do have another series I've been considering as well. Um, well, we need a lot of trees in here. Is bringing back the Fallout series. Obviously, Fallout 3 is not going to be one that's going to come back to the channel. It does not like Windows 10 or 11. And if it does, it just doesn't like my computer, then, which is sad because it's what I have to record it with. I mean, I have an older computer that it plays great on. I could try to pull that out and get it, up to par to where it'll record, um, and try it that way. I have no problem doing that. I do love Fallout 3. Actually, I adore Fallout 3. Um, so there's that. I'm considering doing what's called the Fallout 4 build series. Not necessarily playing the game, but just building on the different sites. Um, Called the Vault series. Um, Basically, building vaults that are either above ground or below ground. Blah 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 blah. I know it's weird, but I've kind of considered it a lot because not all, I mean, yeah, all the vaults are below ground. Yes, it goes without saying. Um, so there's that. Any tweet out yet? No. Okay, that should be enough trees. We'll pop some of these big old oak trees up here. They help kind of. Let's see. Sorry, I quiet a second. I was actually really considering that new series. I like that. Oh yeah, Ferris wheel can't handle those around it. Okay, that should be plenty of free for now. All right, let's look at our forest now. It's not too thick. But let's check to see if that improves. 100%, 100%, 90%, 100%, 100%. Still gotta work on that one. 100%. So that is what we were aiming for on that. So we got most of them up to 100%. And we got a nice little sitting area for people can come and gather. Um, Another thing we have to put in here is lighting. Okay. Alright, so back to the Vault series idea. Um, Alright. So it's an idea I was thinking about. And it's where you just build nothing but Vault based build areas, but it's all Vault material. Like above ground. I know it sounds kind of weird, but picture like the castle but vault version, and it's all above ground. I mean, I would still utilize a good chunk of the interior of the castle because I love the castle. That castle is awesome, or the fort, I should say. Um, so I would definitely utilize that. I don't know how it would tie in the vault right off the bat, so it might be one of the later builds. I would start with the vault we can actually build, and then go from there. I would probably go back to um, the starting town and rebuild it. Because at first you have to kind of build it as it tells you, in a sense. So, yeah. Um, let's see. Another thing to consider is um, the storyline it takes to get to some of those places. Some of them I can fast travel to by activating a mod or two or 10. Others require actual story progression. So the castle, is a story progression. Boston Airport is a story progression. So, um, play some lights. This takes a while. It really does. As anyone who's built some of these games, played these games, some of the finer aspects of the park that get overlooked, like lighting and seating and trash cans and scenery, apparently. Makes me want to go back to playing the zoo. Um, I kind of don't really have anything planned for zoo, so that's why it's not much. It's on break this year. I think I planted zoos all out last year. I got into the game so deep that I just like come on, there we go. Um, so there won't should at this moment, based on the calendar I put together for this year, there will not be any Planet Zoo episodes. Um, which, I'm not okay with, but I don't want to just drown on one game series. A series I am bringing back sporadically is going to be The Sims 4 house building. It's not going to be really playing the game, it's just more or less building something, and that's it. Um, and then, those of you who play the Sims games can obviously download those builds yourself, edit them, do whatever you want. Um, I leave it up to the designer. Um, I am not picky. I'm just happy if someone downloads something is used. Honestly, um, there was one playthrough. A lot of those houses I had part of a storyline, built an ongoing story. It was fun, but you had to build families, and those families had to interconnect. And it took a lot of time and work, and I eventually got bored with it. I know that sounds super sad. How I test to see if it's lighting up in the decent area, off topic here, is I turn off daylight. Um, I wish I was this good with planning lights in Pine Zoo, but Pine Zoo has a lot of good lights, and I often forget. Um, I do know that the next Pine Zoo that I do put together is going to be more of a micro zoo. And you may be asking, micro zoo? Why are we doing a micro zoo? Because the more animals in the park seem to slow down the park. And my computer is like 7 years old, and it is not liking that. It is old and cranky. So, yeah. A new one is on the horizon, but it's not here yet. So, with that being said, I'm not sure what that noise was. I don't know if I heard it. It's like some sort of bang on a pipe. And you may ask, like, well, you have a cat and a dog. Both of them are asleep. One's on my feet, the other one's literally laying on my desk. Okay, that works. Back down. I recommend if y'all are playing any of these games that have the core options like lighting and seating and stuff for the AI to utilize, as you build, make sure you put these in as you go. Because going back down to every path you've laid and trying to follow the insanity of your build is just a lot. Right. Look, there's another one. Now I know this one is recently built because of my trees and short runs. Okay, we're getting there on this one. I don't go up the staircases. These light fixtures look weird when you go up the staircases, like they're hovering, and I don't understand it. All right, so anyway, I know I'm just kind of rambling, and I'm sorry. Um, Another thing I am actually considering is doing a live series where I stream when I'm playing live. If I do that, it will be on Twitch. I do have a Twitch channel, not utilized very much, but it would be for that purpose. And then I would make recordings out of what's viewed live and upload them without any preset date. Um, I do know, let's see here. If I do one like that, it will more than likely be the Resident Evil or one of the Lego games. Probably the Lego Harry Potter. Oh, there's more. Okay. Okay. Now this is our services junction up here. Okay, I think I'm almost done with lights. I know y'all are like probably sick of seeing lights. Okay, now to test the lights, it can just 2 p.m. Now, mind you, only the lights that will pass on the ground will have lights. Elevated paths will not. Okay, now I'm connected back up to all the pathways, and now we can send some more. Alright, so we have one water ride and two big coasters, the rest are just thrills. Hmm. There we go. Frenzy's gonna be our main attraction here. Trying to debate how long to make this. Actually, I know exactly how long. Now we close this. Close the entrance. Yeah. Uh, I'm not going to do this elaborate path on this. Because we know the little thrill rides, the lines are getting shorter. So, and then we got this baby. Okay. Surcast. I don't leave the numbers on those. All right. So this will wrap up this episode. We added a new ride, new track ride, and a new coaster, as well as adding up trees, lighting stuff to the original part of the park. We'll add more foliage and lighting and seating and a whole new restaurant area in our very next episode. So stick around. I hope you enjoy it. So that being said, folks, I hope you love it. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like, hit that bell for notifications so when more episodes come out, and definitely leave a comment. So with that being said, folks, later.